Heroes like you keep the world running every hour, every day. The work never stops. When something goes wrong, you don't just fix it, you chase it. Across systems, across teams, across time. Solving the problem means missing the moments you'll never get back. But it doesn't have to be this way. Introducing Cognite Flows, a better way to get your job done. Today we're launching the experience that frontline heroes deserve. Tomorrow, we're giving them their moments back. Here's to the heroes that keep the world running. Welcome to Cognite Flows.
Good morning, everybody here in Phoenix. Good afternoon to all of you in Europe who are dialing in, and good evening to everybody in Asia. What a momentous day. What a momentous day. And my job is to be the warm-up act for our incredible product and our marketing team. It all starts today. It all culminates today. Anybody who joins Cognite around the world, be it our teammates, our customer, Radix, our partners here, anybody who partners with us, has a vision, has a dream that the industrial world should be better, exponentially better. You see, we have forgotten that manufacturing is the bedrock of economies, and at a time when geopolitics is changing the landscape of manufacturing, of industrial, when there is energy deficiency, when there is a desire by countries and companies to be self-sufficient, for factories and warehouses and supply chains to be relocated for security, for national security, the industrial world deserves something better. And the modern history of digitalization has not been kind to the industrial hero, to the industrial worker. Thus, this title, things haven't really changed since 1985. There are CRM applications that got deployed in the periphery of the organization. There are human resources information management systems that got deployed in corporate, carpeted spaces. There are data lakes that got deployed for carpeted spaces. But where value gets created on the factory floor, in supply chain, in logistics, out to fulfillment, the experience is clunky, it is monolithic. So what Cognite started off by doing almost a decade ago is, we will fix data. We will make sense out of data, and we have a word for that, a long word for that, contextualization. So we provide context to data. And now across the world, across verticals, from energy to pharma to discrete manufacturing to utilities, we have customers using our data platform, and most of them are using our AI platform, the agentic platform, Atlas AI, which takes the contextualized data to drive prescriptive, predictive outcomes to increase production, reduce risk, make operating costs more streamlined. I go back to 1985, over the last 30 years. If you walk into a factory floor, if you see applications being used by the industrial worker, which our chief experience officer calls industrial heroes, the experience is not like the CRM or the HRIMS or the carpeted floor applications. The experience is monolithic. It is fragmented. It is not conducive. And today that starts to change dramatically on a foundation of data and AI. I call it a framework. We are launching the manifestation of the last decade, what Cognite has worked on. Our engineers, our frontline teams have worked with our customers on. A manifestation of it, where our framework, which the product and the marketing team will launch and talk about, will provide this magnificent experience to the user. This incredible, marvelous experience for the developer, so that we start changing the industrial world for the better, make the planet better, make the world better, make us secure wherever we live in whichever country, whichever continent, so that energy is available, pharmaceutical medicines are available, vehicles are available. The industrial hero who wears a helmet, she is celebrated in her day job every day going forward. The industrial world starting this morning, this afternoon in Europe, this evening in Asia, starts to change for the better. Thank you so much. I have the honor to invite our Chief Product Officer, Chirayu Shah.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I get started, we're going to play a quick video and give you a sneak peek of the software. Thank you. We are absolutely thrilled to launch Flows today, Cognite Flows. You know, before I get started, I've been at this journey in industrial automation for the last 25 years, building solutions for our customers. And inadvertently, we used to build a data product, we used to build a user experience, we'll build business logic in a third system. And what Girish talked about, the clunkiness in the solution came from the fact that we were building all these disjointed data products and solutions into one. And the reason why I joined Cognite is because the foundation was already in the place. The Horizon Zero in our product, about the data platform, the contextualization piece that Girish talked about, that was the layer that we can build off of. And then we had this alignment on how we want to take this portfolio forward. Last year, we introduced new capability to really make that information layer available to our customers in form of democratizing AI, where we launched Atlas AI. And now we're adding to that, because just making information available is not enough. Taking action matters. Taking action at the right time matters. So what we're doing today is introducing capabilities that allow you to take actions as well as build your agents and applications around you on those mundane tasks that you need to offload so you can focus on more critical actions in your plant floor. This product is built on the three-layered architecture that we have across our portfolio. Foundation remains Cognite Data Fusion Platform. This is the layer that builds trust, builds security, builds confidence, and removes hallucination from any AI that works off of that data set, your data set. The Atlas AI capability enables you to have agentic AI layer that gives you confidence to build those agents with low-code, no-code platforms that we have and distribute them through your portfolio. But most importantly, for today's launch, Cognite Flows. And you'd ask me, what is Cognite Flows? To me, you'd expect us to go and build an agentic AI layer, a chatbot in your applications. That seems like everybody's doing that. You should be doing it, Chirayu. We did that. But there is more. We added and persisted that agentic AI chatbot across all of our applications so that when you're working off of different applications, it persists through that architecture. That's good. But there is more. You also want customized workflows and applications that you want to build for a specific solutions that you're after. How would you do that? There's a lot of vibe coding applications, but they are not industrial grade. We deliver on that. We give you industrial grade experience backed by our security and hosting capabilities and integrated with our core security model through our SOC 2 Type 2 compliance. All of it integrated into one portfolio. No more 3 different layers. It's all singular level. But if you chose to do this independently, all of this is open platform, and we'll talk more about how you extend this further in your enterprise. Our customers have been growing their data on our platform for the last 10 years. You can see the volume of data models, time series data, but the one that is very interesting and near and dear to me is the field capture input. As you can see, there are 1.8 million field capture units a month that are coming into Cognite Data Fusion platform. But they are point-in-time observations from those industrial heroes that we're talking about. They are the data points, their video captures, their intelligence being captured. But up until now, we couldn't act on it. You had to go build applications, you had to build solutions, you had to build agents on top. With Flows, we're fixing that. Now you can act upon that intelligence that's captured in our portfolio. You know, when we launched and talked about Cognite Flows in our impact event in October, we talked about the 3-layered architecture, and we talked about our ambition. Today is not the launch of a new product. This is already in action. We've already deployed Cognite Flows across 50 customers. We've enabled it. We already have close to 140 applications built through Cognite Flows. And some of them are already in production. You look at the customers that are featured here. Idemitsu in Japan, they're already getting the value. Cognite Flows represent a fundamental transformation that goes far beyond simple visualization tools, a validation for the technology and the value that they are receiving. Bebron, its flexibility and interoperability enabled rapid UX refinement. Within 4 weeks, we improved how we visualize and use asset data with near instant update driven by user feedback. Amazing success stories, amazing work that's been done through Cognite and through our partners, and I couldn't be more thrilled. With that, I'm going to introduce you to Halvard, who's been behind the scenes working and leading as a product head for Cognite Flows.
So for me, this launch is an emotional event. We have been working every day for the last 12 months to build this product, to get it ready to come into production this month. But beyond that, it is emotional because 9 years ago, I had my first day at Cognite. And on that first day, I walked into the office. The first thing my boss at the time, Stein Danielsen, told me was, in 3 weeks, you're going offshore. You're taking with you a field worker application to test it with our end users. You have to do a 2-week safety class, and you have to build the application, by the way. 3 weeks later, the helicopter goes in for landing at this behemoth out in the middle of nowhere. I'm in awe. Like, I'd never seen a refinery or an offshore oil rig in person before. And as the helicopter comes in for landing, I am mind blown by this, just massive behemoth of steel and pipes just coming out of the ocean. And I'm second guessing the fact that I'm calling myself an engineer, specifically since I'm carrying with me an app that I'd built in the nights over the last 3 weeks, is hardly the pinnacle of software engineering. Now, out there, I meet a group of people who are the smartest, most hardworking, creative people I have ever met. They're out there every day, troubleshooting parts, optimizing processes, even fabricating parts on the fly. That is when they have time to do so. Because what stuck with me even more than that awe-inspiring moment of landing the helicopter is the amount of mundane, repetitive tasks these people had to do. These highly educated, creative people were stuck doing paper checklists rifling through piping diagrams, jumping between fragmented software systems that clearly hasn't seen a UX update since 1985. Now, why I say it's emotional is because this is the culmination of a decade of work for us. We've worked for 10 years to change that reality. And we've had to start at the bottom with the data and work our way upwards. And today, we're reaching the top. Cognite Flows is a combination of our native applications that comes out of the box, proven, valuable, ready to scale. It is a new adaptive experience that's personalized for every single user, knows what they do for a living, knows what they care about, what data to show them, and what we'll talk mostly about today, the ability to expand that product with custom applications that are tailored to the customers, the user, the data, the facility, the process. Now, it took us a couple of years to get my prototype into the valuable, scalable application Cognite Infield is today, in the hands of thousands of users every day. But in the last 3 months, we have put more applications in production than we did in the last decade. We are able to build workflows, operational, industrial workflows, 100 times faster than we used to. That means that 9 years ago, I could have taken a production-ready application with me offshore. It's a paradigm shift. And we do this by combining the best in-breed AI tools, Cursor, Claude, Copilot, whatever is best next week, with that scalable data foundation. We provide the developer tools, the UI components, the industrial components, templates, skills, MCPs, SDKs, everything a builder needs to build those applications, and an ecosystem to deploy it into, a place for it to live, which means we revolutionize both the builder experience and the user experience. The tools to build and the platform to make it trustworthy and usable. So even though Girish moved us out here to the Wild West, we don't believe in the Wild West of vibe coding. That's not it for industry. A governed, certified approach that still gets you the time to value, that's Cognite. That's Cognite Flows. We are launching with 3 key DARE partners that we believe represent the best of the best in what is a paradigm shift for professional services in industry. These are hand-selected partners that we believe will do great in a transition where app building gets commoditized, but where domain knowledge, working with the customer, is the differentiator. And as Girish mentioned, we have one of our DARE partners with us here in the room, Natalia from Radix. They're already certified. They've already built the first applications with the customers, and we're immensely proud to see that they see the same value that we see in this. Now, the reason we are ready to scale with partners today is because we've been working hand in hand with our customers with this product for the last 6 months already. And in that analogy, our hand is represented here by VP of AI, Laurits Lont, from our co-innovation team, who is working with customers day and night to build these applications and bring feedback to our product team so we build the right thing for the field. So again, I'm a bit emotional and very, very happy to have you all here. And please welcome Laurits Lont to the stage.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. My name is Laurits. I lead our co-innovation team in Cognite. And what that means, as Halvard mentioned, is that me and my team, we work with customers hand in hand every single day and sometimes night to deliver value and realize the value of the industrial data foundation. That also means that for the last 5 years, I've traveled to oil and gas facilities in the Middle East. I've been to refineries in Japan. I've been to chemical plants in Germany, and I've been to discrete manufacturing shop floors in the Midwest. And I've seen the frustration and I've seen the pain among these industrial heroes that are trying to handle and overcome ever more complicated tasks with ever more outdated tools. I've seen the frustration of engineers having to wrangle with 8 different source systems to perform a root cause analysis. I've felt the pain of having to wait for 6 months on an IT ticket to make a small update to a legacy application. And I've seen the billions of dollars of business value left on the table because engineers simply do not have the right tools and the right experiences to do their job every day. However, what I've seen the last 6 months with Cognite Flows is nothing short of remarkable. First of all, Cognite Flows allows us and our partners to engage with our customers in a completely different and new way. And it also allows our customers to engage with their data in a completely new and different way. Using best-in-breed AI tools combined with the industrial knowledge graph, we're able to move from what used to take months and years to do to now only taking weeks and days. Not only are we dramatically accelerating the time to value and the impact that both our partners and us can deliver to our customers, but we are also fundamentally changing the way that we work with our end users. Now, in this day and age of AI, humans and people are still at the core of industrial operations. And it's so important to not leave those humans behind and work close with them, to hear them, listen to them, understand their problems, and provide them with the solutions. Cognite Flows allows us to do this in a whole new way. The empathy, the closeness to the business problem, to the end user, is absolutely incredible. I'm going to show you a bit of how this looks in a second in terms of a business application that was built. First, I'm going to give you a demonstration of some of the capabilities that we have in Flows. So a core principle of Flows is this personalization, right? It is understanding the user need. So I mentioned in this information age, having access to the right information at the right time is paramount. Less is more. It's distilling down the noise. And it matters if you're a refinery manager in a plant or if you're a supply chain engineer at a food and beverage company. Now, Cognite Flows allows you to provide that personalization and give the data in a way and in a lens that's relevant for you. Also, having omnipresent agents to support critical workflows allows us to make every engineer an expert engineer. The Atlas AI agents are aware of the applications, aware of the use cases, whether it's Canvas, whether it's charts, whether it's a custom application. It has the total portfolio in its context, and it's able to guide the user to the right application and walk them through that application as needed. Adaptive experiences is also key. Using natural language to build applications, to update applications, just like this with AI. Now, forget about that 6-month IT ticket that I talked about. This is real time. Talk about empowering the user. Now, certain applications, certain workflows require more custom and complex workflows. This is why Flows, Cognite Flows, allow you to rapidly build, develop, and scale custom applications in record time. What you're seeing here is an RCA, a root cause analysis application, built with Cognite Flows together with the end user in 2 days. You heard that right, 2 days. This is on real data, solving real industrial challenges. Now, for those of you who don't know, root cause analysis is a very tedious, time-consuming exercise available across virtually every industrial company, costing millions of dollars a year. Now, we also know that traceability, trust, having understanding of where answers are coming from is paramount. That's why Atlas AI, together with Flows, always reference the underlying data that was used to arrive at an answer to give you that enterprise grade, that industrial trust that is absolutely key in order to be able to deploy these applications into production. I'm going to leave you with one more example of how Cognite Flows is fundamentally transforming the way that we work with our customers and that our customers are realizing value. This is a top 10 global pharmaceutical company that we were working with and have been working close with their end users every single day. We were able to, in less than 6 weeks, deploy 3 complex applications, AI native, supported workflows, in less than 6 weeks. Automated deviation mitigation, proactive schedule, AI-guided maintenance support. This would have been impossible without the industrial knowledge graph, the industrial data foundation, without Atlas AI to power the agentic experience, and without Cognite Flow to allow us to rapidly go from the heads of the engineers to the solutions that you're seeing today. I want to second Halvard. It's an emotional day. I don't think I was born when Halvard went on that helicopter ride out to the North Sea. But I really want to second this working closely with our end users, with our customers, feeling the pain, feeling the frustration, being able to solve that, and realizing the value and the promise of AI to industry is something we should all be incredibly proud of, something we are incredibly proud of, and super excited about where we're going. With that, I want to give the word to our CMO, Sandy Young, to give you some more details on where we are going. But thank you so much. Let's go, Cognite Flows.
Thank you so much, Loritz. What an amazing show. Today is also a career highlight for me. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. We've never seen anything like this before. And some of you know that I actually started my career on the plant floor. I was in a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility trying to be that industrial hero. Unfortunately, I did not have AI. I didn't have the right tools, so I'm all too familiar with the 3 a.m. wake-up call, with the night shift call, with the weekend call. And what was at stake? I could ruin $1 million worth of product in 30 seconds. It was very high stakes. I actually felt that unplanned downtime was not an option. Not on first shift, not on night shift, not on any shift. Too many millions of dollars were at stake. So I understand what it's like to be in the shoes of these industrial heroes. And this is why I'm so passionate. I actually joined the software world at a big giant company, some of you may have heard of it, and in the startup world as well, to solve some of these problems for decades. It took us months. It took us years for these apps. And we could never quite solve them with the numerous use cases and applications across all of these different verticals until now, until today, until the Cognite Flows launch. And this is why I'm so incredibly excited to be here at Cognite. This is the only company that has actually solved these problems. And so we're so incredibly excited to share this news with you. We're so incredibly excited to continue the conversation. So after today's event, we've got a webinar later this month. You can engage with us in person at the Impact World Tour in June in Houston and Oslo. And of course, for those of you that are self-serve, we've got our product page, we've got videos, we've got a ton of resources online, and you can call us to engage with you anytime. We're so excited to tell you the good news about Cognite Flows and how we're impacting the industry. And to close out this event, I've got 3 key takeaways. So I'd just like to summarize those for you. All right.
Hey, what about me?
Oh, hi, Bjorn. I guess we should introduce you too. So before the 3 key takeaways, you're not shy. Go ahead and take it away. Okay. Oops. Sorry.
I thought you'd never ask. I'm Bjorn, the new Cognite mascot, but really I'm here to help and inspire every frontline worker every day. I just flew in from Norway. Phoenix is my home now. I'll be visiting Tokyo and India next. I can't wait to get some sushi and butter chicken. You know, on my way over here, I was honestly pretty shocked by what industrial workers have to put up with. Are these workflows from like 1985? Wow. It's time someone did something about this. This is gonna be epic. Can't wait to get into the flow of things. Let's go!
All right. Thank you, Bjorn. All right. Welcome to our newest team member, Cognite's first mascot. This is Bjorn, and he is also here to help our industrial heroes. So in conclusion, again, back to our 3 key takeaways. We're here to make the lives of industrial heroes better. For me, for everyone else out there that's on the front lines, we're here for you to bring modern AI to you so that you can focus on what's most important. Secondly, with Cognite Flows, again, Cognite is the only one that can deliver this. This is modern AI for the end user, for developers, for frontline workers alike. Cognite Flows is that action layer that's built on top of the Cognite platform. It gives unprecedented, incredible speed to developing apps 100 times faster, that are trusted, that are secure, that are built on your data. This is the industrial future, again, for developers and for those frontline workers alike. Cognite Flows. And finally, this is all in service to the Cognite Moonshot mission. This is our rocket booster. Cognite Flows is the accelerator that is going to help us all achieve that mission, 100 billion in customer value delivered by 2035. So here it is. And again, thank you all for attending. Today is for you. Today is for you. The Cognite Flows is for you. Cheers. Thank you all for being here.